Hey guys, this is John Doble here. I'm back with another skincare video. It's an empties video. But yes, I have emptied some products and I do have some opinions, and this is a great way to just give you some opinions and to be like, would I repurchase this for myself or not? And so let's get into it. We're gonna start with the first step after cleansing, which is toners and essences. First up, Naturie Hatomugi Skin Conditioner. I didn't find that this was extremely hydrating. I don't like layering 4 layers of a toner. I will not repurchase this exact one because this is actually the old one with alcohol and with less Hatomugi, and it stinged my eyes. But the new one is actually better. And next, Round Lab Dokdo toner. This is a toner which apparently has amazing minerals because it's sourced from some island. I use this and I think I have a bias towards toners that look like water and that feel like water, and then I'm like, I think this is just water. There were times when I used this where I was like, oh my god, I think this works better than like other toners. This gives me more strength. Other times I was like, this was last year's Olive Young top toner. I mean, this is worth a recommendation because a lot of people like it. I don't want to just make recommendations based on my opinion. I will probably not repurchase this at the moment. I want efficacy. I'm hard to please, unfortunately. Next, Hada Labo lotions. These are one of Japan's most well-known toners, and they usually come in a light, less viscous, and more viscous, more hydrating version. This is the basic hyaluronic acid light version. This is an anti-hyperpigmentation hydrating version, and this is a premium anti-hyperpigmentation hydrating version. This one is amazing for if you just want hyaluronic acid in a toner that's cheap and accessible and like a Japanese formulation, but it was too boring for me, so not repurchasing this at the moment. And then hyperpigmentation. I always thought this is the better one for hyperpigmentation. As you can see, hyperpigmentation is a big concern of mine at the moment, and I always thought because this says premium and this is slightly more expensive, this is better. But then I found out this has arbutin versus this has only tranexamic acid. But then I found out that tranexamic acid is not too much similar to alpha arbutin, and it actually works in a different way. So I really like this, but it didn't knock me out of the park. So I think for a change, I would repurchase this one. But they're both nice, elegant. It's just, they won't clear your hyperpigmentation in 2 weeks. I have to say that, at least in my skin.
Hello, I know I have facial hair, whatever. I wanted to say something. The Shirojyun non-premium, there's conflicting evidence if it even has arbutin. Anyways, that one is actually discontinued and there's now another one, and that one doesn't have arbutin. So if you want to have arbutin, I recommend getting the ordinary one. I actually bought that one. Let's see if that works.
Oh. Some by me. Galactomyces Pure Vitamin C Glow Toner. You may still remember when I talked about this. I love Galactomyces and I also love vitamin C, and I thought the combination is amazing. It's just, it has colorants in it. This smelled weird. I think the Galactomyces part worked in it, but something about this was unpleasant. You can probably just get like a vitamin C serum and then add a Galactomyces toner and get the effects that you want. So I wouldn't repurchase this. This kind of disappointed me. Speaking of Galactomyces toner, this is a Galactomyces toner, which is, I think, kind of sold as a dupe for the SK2, which is the big luxury version. And I don't know if the SK2 one is only like marketing or if it actually works better, but this is apparently a dupe. It is a secret key, and I think it works, but it didn't knock me out of the park because, as I said, I have high standards, which is, I think, something that I need to work on. Honestly, I'm very fed up with skincare at the moment because there's a few skincare products which actually surprise me. And yeah, anyways, I wouldn't repurchase this at the moment. Similar, this is the Time Revolution from Missha, a 97% Galactomyces toner. This was also nice. I think my skin was a bit smoother when I used this compared to this, but this was nice. Wouldn't repurchase at the moment. Next, Skin 100. Oh, this is dirty. I hope you can forgive me, Madagascar Centella toners. My point is, this was watery and didn't do much. But if you want Sika, you can try this. Skin 104 has I don't know how to speak. It's like Korean Centella Asiatica Skin 104 because of this product, which is so famous. But if you want this, maybe try this because I feel like this is better. And this doesn't completely get rid of my redness and irritation within 2 minutes, which is what I want, even though that kind of expectation is way too high, I know. I wouldn't repurchase this to make a point short, but I would repurchase this currently. Next, Muji Light Toning Water High Moisture. At the beginning, I didn't like this because it was like water, but then I watched a video by Tina Takaharis where she said that this is kind of viral in Japan and this is really good. And then I tried it again and then I was like, oh my god, I think it works. And then I was like, maybe this is just a confirmation bias. I think my brain just doesn't work and I don't know if I like this or not because you can literally nudge me into a direction and I will immediately like or dislike a product. So I don't know if I like this or not because I'm so easily manipulated. I think this is good. It's just too expensive from where I bought it, but if you are in Japan, I think Japan has the cheapest prices from Muji because Muji is from Japan. And I would buy this if I was in Japan. Next, some by me again, Yuja Niacin. This toner didn't do much. I like this Yuja Niacin line, but the toner was a bit underwhelming. You can buy like this trial, and I do have some opinions, so stay tuned if you want to hear opinions on these products, but the toner, I wouldn't rebuy. Again, I'm hard to please. Wow, next, Paulas Choice. 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. Everyone loves this. I found it was okay. I know that I'm not going to repurchase this because there are so many 2% BHA formulation in the market and this is just way too expensive. Paula is so rich because people continuously buy her products. I didn't actually want to use this up for a long time because I was like, exfoliation works in a way where it takes away some of your skin, so to speak, where something like, I don't know, niacinamide gives back to your skin and your skin handles it in your own way. So it's less destructive to your skin, so to speak. And because it is so fucking expensive, I'm not gonna repurchase this. Oh, the last toner. Maybe, yes, I think I will leave the, Beauty of Joseon Ginseng Essence Water. I slept on ginseng and I know that you are also sleeping on ginseng. Ginseng is a Korean natural thing that they have used for ages and now they have, over the last few decades, integrated it into skincare and there's quite some good research. I watched so many of Odile Monod's videos. Odile? Buongiorno, grazie mille por tes videos. Anyways, and I was like, I'm just gonna try it. This is like a cheap ginseng product because ginseng can become very expensive. So long story short, at the beginning I was like, yeah. Over the course of the time, I found that this is really suspiciously good at smoothing your skin and making it more strong and supple. And this is one of those products where it's like, yes, it does a little bit, but it does more as well. And it does more to strengthen your skin. And that's why this is a recommendation. If you want to start with ginseng and haven't yet, this is a great thing to start with because it's so cheap. This has opened the ginseng door and I know that the ginseng hallway is very long and at the end of it is Odile Monod waiting for me. Whatever. This is one of those products that works better than other products. Thank you. We're moving on to serum. Speaking of a product that works even better than what you expect, this is one of them. You know that I love this. This is the Numbuzin number 3 serum. It really softens your skin and it makes your skin strong. I use this every day, 4 drops at the beginning and the evening. And this takes me like roughly 6 months or more to empty. Even if you don't have bumpy skin, get this and try this because this is so cool. Numbuzin is so cool. Moving on, Numbuzin again. So we're gonna have to tone it down a bit because this I didn't like as much. This is a goodbye blemish serum. It helps with blemishes and hyperpigmentation, I thought, but I used this and even though the texture is amazing and like jelly-ish, it doesn't work as good. I felt like it almost didn't do anything to my hyperpigmentation, which is very sad. I already used so many other hyperpigmentation things, and I think my hyperpigmentation is just very stubborn. This is pretty acclaimed as well. Maybe give it a try. I personally wouldn't repurchase this at the moment. Moving on, again, this is also an anti-blemish serum with vitamin C. This is from Some by Me. This I actually really like. This has 10% niacinamide and Yuja extract 83, which contains natural vitamin C, I think. It has a natural yellowish color, which I don't like, because if it was white or clear, you could see the vitamin C degrading over time. But this was so fun to use. This was, this was similar to this, whereas this is more like flowy. This also, in terms of efficacy, didn't do much, but in terms of usage, this is nice. Just like the Numbuzin. Roto Melano CC Premium Serum. So I've tried the non-premium, which was amazing at the time that I used this, and then I used this, which I guess has more L-ascorbic acid, even though they don't disclose it, which is very sad, which is one of the main points why I won't repurchase this. Even though this has this genius packaging of like 1 drop at a time, for some reason I could see and hear air going into this. If you hold it this way, the serum goes down here and then there's an air pocket and air goes inside, so that was a bit weird. I was like, wait a minute, maybe the packaging is actually not that genius. What I'm trying to say is that I have found a better one, and that's why I'm ditching this. Sorry. I feel like that meme where I just have a new lover when it comes to vitamin C. I am repurchasing this one. Geek and Gorgeous 101 C Glow Serum. This has 15% of pure vitamin C. They actually disclose how much is in there. I've used 2 of these. This is super affordable, and you actually know how much vitamin C is in here. Unfortunately, the texture is, for my liking, too watery. You know, if you put it onto your fingers, it goes through your fingers and down. Too thin, but I would still repurchase this. Thank you. One last serum. Beauty of Joseon Light On Centella Vitamin C. It is good, but it didn't meet my high expectations, which is that I want to be wowed beyond belief. Wouldn't repurchase this, even though this was free. You need to learn how to do Stylevana free things, because Stylevana has always free stuff. Stylevana is so cheap, and I'm about my money. Yeah. I mean, what can I say? I care about the money that I spend. Moisturizers! No, I actually want to talk about this later. This is the No Cosmetics All-In Barrier Cream. It has ceramides in it. There's 5 types of ceramides. I did ask them, hey, can you please tell me how many percent of ceramides is in this? And they were like, hi, we're not gonna disclose that information. Have a nice day, John. So that was a bit bad. No, not. I was like, And so I wouldn't repurchase this because it's also a bit too expensive, but this was nice. It was a bit oily, but it was moisturizing. CeraVe, the huge CeraVe lotion / moisturizer. I think this is the European version, but this does the job. Wouldn't repurchase this, and this didn't knock me out of the park because this is not designed to knock you out of the park. This is designed to be compatible with a lot of people because it's CeraVe. We're gonna carry on with the Yuja Niacin, again, anti-blemish cream. This is so cool. It just feels so luxurious on your skin. It has this different kind of viscosity to it. It has this like body, and it like, and that's why I like it. And it helps with blemishes, apparently. I'm close to repurchasing this, even though I should probably tame it on the Stylevana orders that I'm making. Now. This is the Naturie Hatomugi Medicated Milky Lotion. I think in Japan, this is a Japanese product. Medicated means it helps with acne. And this, I feel like, is really good. At the beginning, I underestimated this. I was like, yeah, it was a super cheap lotion that I just wanted to buy because it was Hatomugi, and I was like, okay, it's medicated, whatever. But when I applied this on my arms, I have keratosis pilaris, and you know, after 2 consecutive days of applying this on my arms, my chicken skin was significantly more smooth and significantly more even. That's why I love this. I also use this on my face. It also looks nice. This I really like. And unfortunately, if I don't use this for 2 days, my chicken skin comes back. But at least this is a reliable product for me personally, where I know I can have short-term, immediate benefits. I later found out that the most abundant ingredient in this is dipotassium glycyrrhizate, which is apparently like a salicylic acid dupe, but it doesn't feel irritating at all. This is something that I feel like people are sleeping on because it's so cheap and it works like salicylic acid, but it doesn't have salicylic acid. Repurchase? Yes, I have repurchased this in my Savannah order from a few weeks ago, and I'm still waiting for it. That's the thing about Savannah, but at least it's cheap. Next, sunscreen. Biore UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence. This I liked at the beginning, then I didn't like it because I felt like it was too fatty, but then the fattiness, oiliness went away. Long story short, I would recommend this. I would buy this again if you can tolerate the alcohol, if you can tolerate the fragrance, which I actually love in the summer. It makes me feel like less summery sweaty. This is lightweight, this is affordable, this is SPF 50+, it's water resistance claimed. This is the Japanese go-to sunscreen. Glow by Ramon called this the It Girly Girl or something, which I totally understand. If sunscreens went to a sunscreen school, this is the Lindsay Lohan of the Mean Girls of it all. Next, Isn't This was basically the first Korean sunscreen that I've tried, and it's a classic Kolmar. It's a bit more hydrating than BOJ and Round Lab. This and the other two are the It Girl Lindsay Lohans of the Korean school, and so this is worth the recommendation as well. You've probably tried this as well. I'm not making the same mistake again. This is not Skinny, this is Suncut Japanese sunscreen. As I said in my last video, this is mattifying. I love everything about this. This would have been my favorite, but it pills, but it's so matte. I've never seen a matte and water repellent sunscreen like this one, and I've bought the reformulation, and I can't wait to try the reformulation. I wouldn't recommend this, but I hope that I can recommend the Suncut reformulation for you. Cleanser! This is the Paula's Choice Cleanser, oil reducing cleanser. Yes, this is a bit stripping. I actually loved the toner. I wouldn't repurchase this because, as I said, Paula's Choice is so rich and she wants to get even richer, and so she increases her prices every year a little bit, and we all live in capitalism and I don't want to afford this because it's too expensive, so I'm not gonna recommend it. Next, CeraVe SA Cleanser. This is the European formulation. This is good because you can have the salicylic effects, but you only have it on your skin for a short time because this is a cleanser and you take it off. Generally, people like this, people love this. This is worth the recommendation, but I'm not gonna repurchase this. Finishing the Yuja Niacin with this cleanser. This is not for dry skin, but definitely for normal skin and oily skin. I actually love this. It has a body as well. It just has a nice body of like the feeling that you have when you apply it, and it lathers so nicely and it foams. It's a classic Korean cleanser. I would repurchase this. Last category, treatments. We're gonna start it off with the ordinary 10% azelaic acid suspension. Don't get this because this is too weak if you want actual hyperpigmentation benefits. That's why I wouldn't recommend this. I would actually recommend something with 20%, which is this, for example. Azelaic acid is difficult to formulate, and so it has a streakiness to it. It has a pastiness to it. This makes my skin smoother and a bit more resistant to hyperpigmentation, but I have to be diligent with this, and I'm just not. I just don't use this as much. Maybe I will rebuy this. And then last but not least, Lion Pear Acne Cream. This has gotten pretty viral because of Tina Harris. She's the queen, isn't she? And she loved this, and so I was like, I need to try this because this is so cheap. And also, this has new, unique, original ingredients. This has like 2 ibuprofen ingredients. I used this, and sometimes it worked, and sometimes it didn't work. Long story short, I bought another one to try it out again because I couldn't make up my mind if I like this or not. I just see a slight result. I think because so many people like this, this is worth a recommendation, and this is worth a rebuy for me. As I said, I have problems with my brain, and so I wasn't able to make up my mind. We're done! Thank you for watching this video. I have some very exciting products that I have been trying out. And until then, I wish you a great time. If you want to, you can subscribe and like and comment and hit the bell and everything and send it to your friends, blah, 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 blah. Skincare is so much fun, and you give me the motivation to do more skincare content. So thank you very much, and thanks for the memories.